What's going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadskii, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. So today, we're going to be talking about the Japanese side of the game. I know sometimes when I talk about news pertaining to Japanese OPTC, some people still leave in the comment section like, oh, is this global? Like, obviously not. Like, look at this is Japanese writing right here. This is 100% the Japanese version of the game, though this should be arriving, give or take, you know, 4, 5, 6 months in the future. So definitely look forward to it. But in today's video, we're going to be talking about the new upgrade limit break key system. I've made another video about this when this initially got released on JP, because when this initially got released, there was like about 10 or so legend characters that got an upgrade to their limit break tree. So just to give you guys a quick rundown of how this works, you get certain keys from ranking in a certain position in treasure map, and then you can use these keys to further upgrade the limit break tree of a character, and by doing so, characters can get upgraded stats, they can get additional upgrades to their captain abilities, and just overall it makes the character better just in every way. So the thing is last time around there was about, as I said, about 10 or so legends that got this upgrade to their limit break tree, but only 2 of them actually got an upgrade to their captain ability. First one was Strongward Ace 6+, and the other one was Blackbeard. Now, Blackbeard was the interesting one because he hasn't got a 6+ yet, and who knows if he ever will, but Blackbeard got an amazing upgrade with his limit break tree, and it just begs the question, you know, when he gets a super evolution, how crazy is his captain ability going to be? Because with this limit break tree, they made their captain abilities very good. Ace right now, Strongward Ace with his full limit break, he's a 3.75 captain for shooters, which is very, very good. You know, even Legend Capone is a 3.75 captain. It's a great upgrade. Now, we have a new list of characters that are now getting this upgrade as well. So we can see that from the 13th of November, that Legends Capone, Dex Sabo, or Sabo V2, V3, you know, the Dex Sabo, V1 Boa Hancock, NL, and Log Luffy are all getting upgrades to their limit break. This is very, very interesting because they're all shooters aside from Log Luffy, which begs the question, is Log Luffy going to be getting an upgraded captain ability from this limit break tree? If I had to guess, I would say yes. Didn't mean to make that rhyme, but I think that that is exactly what is going to be happening here, because what we've seen recently with on the JP side of things, they released the new Legend Ace V2 or V3 depending on how you look at it, and he is a shooter or a fighter captain. The thing is I think they are trying to, you know, indirectly buff shooters with this specific batch. We've got Capone, Sabo, those 2 are shooters. Boa Hancock V1, when she super evolves, she is also a shooter character. I believe she is. I'll have to double check. Okay, yeah, she is a shooter. Yeah, she's a free spirit shooter when she is in her 6+ form, and she's a fighter. Yeah, she's a fighter when she is in her regular 6-star form. So yes, I think that in some way, shape, or form, this is just to directly buff the shooter class. But remember, when this character gets a limit break upgrade, it doesn't upgrade their specials, it doesn't upgrade their sailor abilities, it's only stats and captain ability, which is kind of a downside, because it would be nice if, with this limit break tree, you could upgrade sailor abilities or upgrade special abilities, but unfortunately, that's not the case, unless if they change it in the future, which I think that would be a very, very good idea. But looking at it though, Capone, he really doesn't need any sort of upgrade, and I think, to be honest, Capone getting an upgrade from this limit break tree is actually quite massive, because what I would want from Capone in this particular update is HP and recovery boosts, which would directly buff him in so many different ways, because his captain ability gives a HP boost and he recovers based on his recovery stat depending on how many perfects that you hit, as long as you have 6 shooters on your team. So giving him a massive recovery boost and a massive HP boost will be huge for Legend Capone, which is going to help out with his big father effect as well. For Dex Sabo, he really doesn't need much changing at all. He literally only got released like a couple months back, really, but like technically. He's supposed to have been released with the treasure map Doflamingo, so like technically he really hasn't been out that long, especially on the JP side of things. Global have had him since January, so it's been a while for us, but like, to be honest, like, Sabo really didn't need this upgrade, and it's very, very odd that they're giving a lot of the newer legends this upgrade now. I mean, even with last batch, you had like Barto and Cavendish, Snake Man, these characters that really didn't need buffs, they still got buffs for some reason. But anyways, you got NL here as well. NL is a really interesting choice. They might upgrade his captain ability as well. But to be honest, on the Japanese side of things, I really don't think buffing NL through this system is going to help him that much. Because you can't change his special ability, as I said. And his special ability is the main reason why I don't think this character is as good anymore. It's because, yes, 5 million damage is good, but the thing is, bosses are getting way more than 5, 10 million, 15 million, 20 million HP. Especially the latest Colosseum on JP had 30 million HP. Even like Global's latest Colosseum, what was it? It was Treble and Doflamingo, 30 million HP. NL might be able to beat it, I don't know specifically, but, you know, 5 million damage isn't really going to help you out too much there, especially when Doflamingo puts on that normal attacks only debuff, so, you know, that's another thing that really hinders NL as well, so buffing NL through the system won't help too much. V1 Boa, though, she definitely needs an upgrade. I think everyone could agree here that Boa Hancock V1 is probably the most undesirable legends to pull in the game. Her captain ability is trash. Her special abilities are also trash. She just needs some sort of buff. And I think that buffing her captain ability through the system would be good. I think a good way to buff Boa is, I mean, we can have a look at her captain ability now. I've got her right here. So for her 6+ form, boost the attack of quick and side characters proportional to the crew's current HP. If the HP is below 50%, boost the recovery by 1.5 for quick and side. So she is up to a, what is it, a 2.75 at full HP, and it is a proportional still. Absolute trash. What they should do is scrap the proportional thing, quick and psi, 3.5 times attack. That would be completely fair in my opinion. And then also, you can keep this if below 50% and 1.5 recovery, or honestly, just make it 3.5 attack and 1.5 recovery all the time to quick and psi. That would be completely fair, and that would actually make her a usable captain. Like, honestly, one of the better captains in the game in terms of type captains. She could definitely see play. But her special ability really still needs a buff. It's really not that great. It's a 1.75 times attack boost to quick and psi, which is okay and usable. But nowadays, you have legends that release that are 2.5, 2.25, crazy multipliers for their attack, orb boost, color affinity, etc. And then if HP is above 50%, changes the left column orbs into matching orbs, captain orb into recovery. Very weird. That's actually really weird. Honestly, she should probably just make recovery beneficial as well, because that's just really stupid. But either way, Boa Hancock needs some sort of buff. She's really terrible. But I think the big one that many people are wanting to see an upgrade for is Log Luffy. Now, for those of you who don't know, Log Luffy was surrounded by a lot of drama during the early days of One Piece Treasure Cruise, because what happened is this particular version of Log Luffy, which looks great by the way, this is the original artwork of Log Luffy, and then the Treasure Cruise team decided to pull out all of the Log Straw Hat characters. People, you know, speculate that it was because of licensing issues or something like that. We don't actually know the full story, but then they re-released the characters with alternate artwork. So this is his alternate artwork right here, and this is his original artwork. Obviously, the original artwork looks way better, and many people would agree on that one. But we have this new version of Log Luffy. But you know, Log Luffy, even after his re-release, at that time he was still one of the better legends in the game. But obviously, as time goes on, boost the attack of all characters by 4 times after a chain of good, great, and then perfect. So even before you hit good, great, and perfect, you get no attack boost, there's no damage reduction, there's no health boost, there's no beneficial orbs. This is a time before those type of things were commonplace on regular Sugo Fest exclusive characters. So I think that providing this new limit break tree to Log Luffy grants a great opportunity to make him as great as what he once was. Honestly, one of the better ways to fix him is to keep this and then say boost attack by 3 times and then 4 times after good, great, perfect. That would be fine with me. And then maybe add in a damage reducing effect or beneficial orbs, one of those two, or even both of them, to be honest. That would make him a usable captain once again. I mean, we have a character nowadays with Kung Fu Luffy who isn't the greatest captain in the game, many would agree there, but he is usable as a captain, and he doesn't give any attack boost for the first 2 perfects, and he gets up to a 4 times after a certain amount of perfects, and he is a usable captain. And I think that if you upgrade Log Luffy in the way that I was just discussing, people would actually use this character. Though, one bad thing about him is still his special ability. I still think that Log Luffy deserves a super evolution in some way, shape, or form. Now, obviously, with the Log artworks, there might be issues with creating new log artworks for the Straw Hats or something like that. I don't know, you could literally make him super evolve into a character that's not Log Luffy, just make him super evolve into a Gear 4 Luffy, or super evolve into another Red Hawk Luffy or something. It doesn't literally have to be another version of Log Luffy, but just make him super evolve so you can change his special ability, because his special ability is awful. Random typeless damage and giving himself a guaranteed matching orb, and it's random, you know, between 70 to 200,000 HP, which the damage is okay. Definitely back in the day it was okay, but nowadays not so much. They definitely need to upgrade his special in some way, but I do love that cooldown though, going down to 9 turns. I think that with a super evolution they could do some pretty interesting stuff with Log Luffy. As for his potential abilities, he's got pinch healing, reduce no healing or recovery bind, and critical hit. 100% chance for 10% extra damage. Dude, equal best critical hit in the game. Even Luffy and Law have this same critical hit chance. Like, Log Luffy has potential to be one of the better legends in the game, to be honest. Like, legitimately, he could be one of the best legends with the right super evolution. But we have to wait and see. We will have to wait and see. I do think, though, that Log Luffy is a very, very high chance to get a massive upgrade from this limit break tree. Now, also, new treasure map characters are also getting an upgrade. We've got Halloween Boa Hancock, which is still a pretty good character in my personal opinion. Such a powerful special ability, and her captain ability is somewhat usable as well. But then you got Kizaru. Now, unfortunately, with the last batch of these limit break upgrades, we had Treasure Map Ace and Treasure Map Whitebeard. Now, unfortunately, none of them got upgrades to their captain ability, which I think would have been amazing, especially for Whitebeard, because he's really not that good as a captain. But they got massive upgrades for themselves, being special cooldown reduction. Whitebeard got like 3 turns of special cooldown reduction, which is huge because his special ability is great in other treasure maps because he does lots of AoE damage, and then, you know, more times often than not on treasure maps, they'll have debuff protection or they'll have barriers. And then with Whitebeard special, you can get an orb or attack boost depending on what the enemy has. So Whitebeard is fantastic on other treasure maps, and by lowering his cooldown means that you don't even need to stall now throughout a treasure map. You can literally go stage by stage, you don't have to stall, and by the time you reach the final boss stage, he's going to be ready to go, which is really, really good. But now we've got Boa Hancock and we've got Kizaru, and I don't really know what they're going to be doing with these limit break trees. I don't really know what to expect here. Kizaru isn't really a desirable character. He's kind of terrible in my personal opinion, and if you guys have seen my video breaking down you know, the treasure map characters specifically, I think Kizaru is the worst treasure map character in the game. He definitely needs an upgrade to his captain ability. It is just... it's awful, dude. 1 turn of special cooldown, boost attack if Dex, Psi, and Int by 2.5 if you have a Dex, Psi, and Int character on your team, and he also is a chain multiply booster. So it's fine, it's passable, but it's not amazing, especially on top of his special ability that requires you, or it doesn't really require you, but it gives you the attack boost depending on the type of your captain. So if Kizaru is your captain and you use his special, he only boosts Dex character's attack, but you need to have Sign Int characters on your team as well. It doesn't synergize at all. Really does not make sense. He does have a really nice Sailor ability though, reducing his cooldown by 1 every time another character uses a special. Dex Orb is beneficial for all characters. So his Sailor abilities are great. 12 turn cooldown is very good as well. I mean, you're already getting cooldown reduction from him being boosted on other treasure maps, plus cooldown from your sockets and stuff, and plus with this Sailor ability, like, getting his special is not a problem, but the character himself just isn't that great, except for mono Dex teams, really, which is still fine because you can run a character like Zoro and Sanji as the captain to run like a free-to-play Dex team on other treasure maps as long as the characters are boosted and stuff like that. So, like, there are places to use him, but he's not that good. Like, there are so many other treasure map characters that you should max before him. It's just not even a joke. He's just not that great. And then in terms of Boa Hancock, now Boa Hancock, I really like this Halloween Boa Hancock. I don't use her too often, but she is very, very good because she does have a great special of doing like a bunch of different things. Reduces defense, reduces threshold, attack up, end of turn healing, resilience, all by 2 turns, and recovers 10,000 health, and then has all of those specific orb you know, conditional effects where she can give an orb boost, a conditional boost. Like, she's just a really, really good character, and you can partner it up well on other int teams. And if you have your captain with an int orb, so you can use like support character VV to guarantee an int orb on the character. There's cool things that you can do here, but her captain ability isn't that bad. You can get up to a 3.25 times attack boost to shooters. Every time you kill something, you get like a stacking attack boost, very similar to Legend Kuzan and stuff, and Dex Sabo. So she has a usable captain, but what's her cooldown? 16 turns. They could probably lower this. This could probably go down to 12, I think, in my personal opinion, and then that would be quite passable. And she does have double special activation, which makes her also even better, so you can get 4 turns reduction of all of these debuffs. So she's really, really good. I don't really know what else they can do here, but I think the main component to take away from this is Log Luffy. I think Log Luffy is bound to get a captain ability upgrade here, and I'm really, really excited to see what it is. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down below on what you think is going to be upgraded specifically from this limit break tree. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. But if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, and if you want to stay up to date with all the content I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. But other than that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.